Morning everyone, and it's a cold one this morning, certainly. Latest edition of the Martins Hill Mercury, bringing you just a little bit of update about what's been going on in the yard this week and plans for the week coming up. This will be the last week's racing before Christmas. We're getting an extra day this year with the last day racing Saturday the 21st. But hopefully we'll have a good few runners out and a couple of winners in the run-up to Christmas. So what's the week had? We started at Huntingdon. Sammy Lou, that'll be his last run over hurdles. The plan's now to go over fences with him. He ran well enough. He's just not quite quick enough for 2.5 over hurdles anymore. He either, I think, needs to step up, or the bigger obstacles is where he's going to enjoy himself. The plan is to go back to Huntingdon on Boxing Day for the novice handicap chase there. We've won that a couple of times in the last few years, and so it'd be very nice to go back and win it again this year. Warwick then midweek with the Distant Lady, and we were going to run either Scorpion there as well. Ground was pretty horrible. Distant Lady coped with it, didn't really enjoy it. She'll come back, fight another day over Christmas, New Year. Either Scorpion wasn't the right sort of ground for him to be making his debut on. I think he'd have run perfectly well, but I think it would have taken a long time for a young horse to bounce back out over that. So we just took a pull with him and waited. Anderleap, Chelmsford, look, he just needs to have a bit of luck in running. Not this time. I think probably the way to do it with him is have a little break and then bring him back in the spring. He can have one on the all-weather and then he'll go hurdling again next summer. But he's been on the go a long time. And then yesterday we were at Cheltenham with Ask Ben. He ran a super race. I mean, it put a big smile on my face, certainly. He's desperately unlucky. He didn't have much luck in running either down the hill or once they turned for home. Every gap that he went to, poked his nose into, then closed. And Keelan just had nowhere to go until after the last. He's run on from the back of the last really well. Finished second, beaten less than 2 lengths. Great shame, but on the other hand, fantastic horse, fantastic run, and I have no doubt he'll be getting his head in front soon. He had a hard race, but I'd like to think he's a tough horse and he'll bounce back pretty well. You'll see him back out in January, I think. We had a new addition to the yard this week. A nice horse called Get the Pot arrived. Run as 4-year-old by Getaway. Run an Irish point-to-point well for Shark Hanlon. And he looks to be a nice horse. Plan with him will be give him a little break, just a month or so to settle in, freshen up, and then get him back ready for a bumper in the spring. The first and the second that finished in front of him sold for a lot of money at Cheltenham last night. So he looks to be, touch wood, good bit of value there. And then Southall, we've got Elk Bridge running in the Mares Maiden Hurdle there. She steps up to 3 miles. Lily rides her, takes £7 off her back. Again, she's another one, ran well last time out up at Newcastle. I'd hope she'll run to a similar level tomorrow. So that then takes us into next week. Plenty of entries. We're going to be quite ground dependent and weather dependent, I think. We've got horses like Homing Star, who she went to Sedgefield. She ran way below expectations that day, and it's a bit of a head scratcher as to why she did that. I think she might have just been a little bit knackered after going up to Scotland and back in the lorry and then up to Sedgefield. And actually what she probably just needed was just a quiet few days. She is in midweek. She'll hopefully get slightly better ground there, and I'd expect to see a great deal more out of her. She's far better than she ran up at Sedgy. Either Scorpion, who I mentioned earlier, he's in 2 or 3 times this week and he should make his debut somewhere. Ask Henry, he's had entries all over the place. We're just waiting for him to get his ground. Jessica Rabbit, she, all being well, should get a run up at Catterick this week. Again, we just need the forecast to be right and for the rain to hold off until after midweek. She goes in the amateurs race, and Callum McBride will ride her. Callum is, he's riding plenty of pointers this season, but it's nice for him to get a few rides under rules, and I'd hope he'd get on well with her. Zulu Dawn is another one, just needs the ground. Been looking for some entries for him. There's not a lot for him this side of Christmas. He might get an entry up at Newcastle next weekend, but then there's plenty for him between Christmas and New Year with Huntingdon, Doncaster, Taunton, all hopefully giving him a decent enough surface. Miss Katniss, she was disappointing at Warwick first time out. She'll probably go to Fakenham during the week, and we'll see how she gets on there. Casting Grey's another one that she has been, I mean, thank you to her patient owners, but she has been so unlucky. Everywhere we've entered up, the rain has come. It just seems like she's a rain goddess, and the rain follows her around wherever she's entered. She was going to go to Southall this weekend. It's already very soft there. She's now in at Ludlow, second half of next week, and hopefully we'll go there. Ami de Bois, we looked at Doncaster this weekend. The race cut right up. It was the perfect race for him. He just wasn't quite 100%. So again, we'll just wait for him. He'll run between Christmas and New Year almost certainly.